Hey whimsical musical teachers, have you ever had a class where you finish early and you have 5 minutes left and you have no idea what to do in those 5 minutes, but you've got to do something or else you're going to lose your students? Then this is the video for you. For those who don't know me, my name's Rainey. I teach elementary music grades K through 5 at a private school in Central Florida, and I have been teaching for just over 11 years now, and my goal for this channel is to help instill a love and appreciation of music in the heart of every student, and we share lesson plans, curriculum, ideas, just all the different things that I'm doing in and outside of my classroom to help you guys be the best music teacher you can be. So, with that being said, let's talk about today. I have different activities for you structured K through 2, 3 through 5, and K through 5. All activities that my students ask for whenever we have 5 extra minutes left. I say, okay, what are we doing? And these are the activities that we go to over and over and over again. If I have credit to someone, I will make sure to link them underneath this video. If I have a product that goes along with this, I will link it underneath this video. If I have anything to help you, I will link it underneath this video. So just stay tuned, friends. Okay, so we're going to start with the K through 2 activities, and one of my favorite activities to pull out at any time that I can is walk and stop, which is basically just a centralized freeze dance type situation, only I don't actually make the students out if they, you know, don't stop when I say stop. But it's basically a song that you can play on your ukulele or on piano or anything that just goes, you walk and you walk and you walk and you stop, and you walk and you walk and you walk and you stop. That's really all it is. You can change it to hop and you hop, you leap and you leap, you skip and you skip, you glide and you glide. You get it? You can probably change it to that. So that is one of my favorite tried and go-to ones. They love doing it. It takes up 3 to 4 minutes of time with all the different ways that you change. You can ask them for ideas as well. And then they're just singing and dancing and doing locomotor movements and practice all over your music room. The next one I give full credit to Molly. I think it's Music with Molly. I will tag her under here, and if I can find the exact post, I will tag it. But she does something with her kids called Fast and Slow Land, and she just splits up the class into half. This side is fast land, this side is slow land, and she allows the students to move from side to side, but whatever side they're on, they have to do that motion. So if they're on fast land, then they can move fast however they want to, different ways on that side. But then when they move over to slow land, they have to switch, and vice versa. So it allows you to like assess whether they actually know fast or slow. Now I know sometimes she does it silently, but another teacher that I saw do this added like West African drum beat music in the background, and so I did that with my students. I just found a drum beat music on YouTube that like looped and let my students have fun dancing to that in the background, and it was really fun to see the different creative and unique ways that they could move fast and slow around the classroom. But they'll ask for that at any time, and it's always a hit. Now I do actually have a fast and slow entire unit where I go from like lesson 1 all the way to lesson 5. I think it's in 5 lessons of how I teach fast and slow with my kinder babies. I didn't include fast and slow land in there because that was not actually an idea of mine, and I didn't want to like just take that from someone. So I'll link the fast and slow like idea, fast and slow land idea from her, but I'll also link the fast and slow unit under here in case you just want that in general, and you can put the two together and then you're good to go. Then we have a favorite game of theirs, and like once the students know this game, it goes super fast, and it's to Apple Tree, which I feel like everyone knows the song by now, but I'll still just say it in case you don't. It goes like this. Apple tree, will your apples fall on me? I won't cry and I won't shout if your apple knocks me out. When you see, it's one of my absolute favorites because it's just so fun. The kids just love it so much, and it's great for teaching Soul and Me. You could do a Zip for Law, but I use it for Soul Me. I do have a whole lesson pack and like product for this one, so I will link that underneath here in case you want it made ready to go for you to use in your classroom today. But basically, that one, the way that I play it is I have 2 kids, they're in a circle, and I have 2 kids making a bridge, and they are the apple tree. And everybody is walking in a circle around underneath the tree, and on the words, will your apple knocks me out, they put their bridge, their arms down, and whoever they have trapped becomes another part of the tree with them, and the tree gets bigger and bigger and bigger until it's like all of the kids in a circle are the tree, and one kid is walking in and out of it, trying not to get caught by the tree. They have so much fun with it that way, and it's just a fun adventure of, oh, who's gonna get caught? Now, I can't remember whose channel I saw where they added like a boom whacker of the teacher walking in the circle keeping the beat with a boom whacker so that the students didn't run and they couldn't run, or else they would run into the teacher. That was genius, and I do use that all of the time. Then we have one that I think I got from like a presentation like 8 years ago. I do not know who did this, but it works like magic. My K through 2 babies ask for this all the time. All you do is take In the Hall of the Mountain King, and you tell a story about going to your granny's house and making cookies with her, and her getting, you know, telling you to go to bed, and you start the story with them in sleep, and they just know that the cookies are downstairs, and they want to have some cookies with their grandma so they can only have one before bedtime. And it's a story, you tell the story during the song of them waking up, going downstairs, sneaking like past the cat, the dog, all the things, their baby brother who fell asleep on the stairs to get a glass of milk and some cookies, getting caught by their grandma during the fast part, and then racing back to their bedroom to pretend that they were asleep the whole time, that their grandma didn't actually see them. It is a story that I literally just tell to my kids throughout the whole song. And it lets them listen to the song, it lets them get used to their ears. They ask for the granny song all the time. It just is like clockwork. So if you need something that's really quick and easy, just tell them the story and say, react to whatever I say. When the music gets fast, oh no, we're racing up the stairs, you slipped and fell, you stepped on your cat's tail and your cat jumped up in the air. They're gonna have so much fun with this, I promise you. And if they don't, I don't know what to tell you. Another one that is a game that they ask for all the time, which I love that they ask for this one, is Doggie Doggie, which is literally just a solo singing assessment song for me. And it goes, Doggie Doggie, where's your bone? Somebody stole it from your home. Who stole my bone? I stole your bone. So you have one kid on the outside of the circle, eyes closed with the dog puppet. One kid in the middle of the circle, you give them the dog bone to hide in their lap. The dog person sings, who stole my bone? The solo student sings, I stole your bone. They turn around, they get 3 guesses to guess who was using their singing voice. They have to use a nice singing voice. They can't use the silliest singing voice until everybody has gone, which I always split this game up into 3 class periods anyway, because we're not going to play this game for like 20 minutes. It's just boring to me. But this one is a quick and easy assessment and fun one that the students always ask for. So hit it up. And then the last one is just put on a scarf routine of some sort. If you type in scarf routine into YouTube, there are so many different ones. Some favorites that come to mind is aquarium. There's one to Hungarian dance number 5. There's one to the Nutcracker around Christmas time. Like, scarf routines are quick, easy. You can pass off scarves super quickly and they can get dancing. You can even make one up if you have a song and just do easily repeatable movements, swirling it around, shaking it like this, or let them even turn on music and just let them interpretive dance with scarves. I mean, then you're not having to make anything up and you're just teaching them they have to dance elegantly with scarves. Maybe you turn on a fast and slow song, and during the fast parts they get to dance, you know, crazily with their scarves, and during the slow part they get to dance slowly with their scarves. Whatever it is, make it easy on yourself. Okay, then we're gonna get into our 3 through 5 ones. So these are lesson plan ideas that I use with my 3 through 5 babies. The first one is mirroring, which I got this from Game Plan, and I mean, it's exactly like it says. You have 2 students, 3 if you don't have enough students, and they're in a, you know, they're facing each other, and they have to listen to a piece of music and mirror each other. So whoever's in charge first, whatever they do, the other person does, and they copy and all of the things. And then when I hit the triangle or the chime, they switch places, but from exactly where they were. So if they were doing this and then I hit the chime, the next person has to go from here. They can't just break the flow, right? And of course this builds and scaffolds upon itself until they're creating like a whole piece that involves mirroring, but this is like the beginnings of it. And I tell them that I should not know who is in charge and who's not. And if they're doing moves that can't easily be replicated, like jumping, spinning, turning, getting to the floor, that sort of stuff, that I'm going to tap them and say they're doing too much. And some students really get this when I say this. And some students just don't and just think that funny is the best answer, and it's just not. It's just not. So just, you know, try your best with this, see how it goes, and you can always film this and show them afterwards, and then they think that is the funniest thing ever. Okay, the next one is like an absolute favorite for my 3rd through 5th grade babies, and it's called Pass the Beat Around the Room. They're all in a circle, and the words are pass the beat around the room, and then rest. It's on their shoulders. So to pass the beat around the room, pass the beat around the room, so on and so forth. Each student is in charge of a syllable because you put and round separate. So you start out by pointing to all of them going, pass the beat around the room, pass the beat. If they mess up, they forget to say a word, they take time or a pause in between because they're keeping the beat, because I'm keeping the beat on the drum, they're out, they sit out. That's level 1. Level 2 would be that you just skip over them, right? Level 2 would be you don't skip over them. Their word still counts, but it's thought in your head. So if you have 2 students sitting out here and you would have pass, around, and you have to think, internalize it. That is tricky for them. And then level 3 would be doing all of that, but instead of saying beat, you would make a stomp. So you would say pass the around the room, pass the around the room. They love that one. Super easy. Helps them keep internalize the beat. So I highly recommend it. The next one that I have is one that once your kids know how to play this game, once again, this singing game, which I love when they ask for singing games as older kids. Like, I will always do that with them because it's hard enough to get them to sing. This one is really fun. It's called We Are Dancing in the Forest, and it goes like this. We are dancing in the forest while the wolf is far away. Who knows what will happen to us if he finds us at our play? Wolf, are you there? And then the wolf will say something like, no, I'm making a sandwich. They'll sing it again. And then he says, yes. And so it's kind of like, what is that game? That game, what is it called? It's like a pool game. Not Marco Polo, like swimmers and, I literally can't remember. Tadpoles, fish, minnows and tadpoles, something like that. I can't remember. And it's a game where you have one student that's the wolf, and they can walk side to side in the room, but when they say yes, the students run past them from one side of the room to the other. Whoever they tag, only going side to side, is also a wolf with them. And then, you get more and more wolves until it's basically impossible to cross to the other side. I do teach my students they have to speed walk. If they don't do that, then they end up having to crab walk, and they realize that that's really hard to pass somebody in a crab walk. But this one is super fun, and my students, I decide a different student each time. They get to say, no, I'm doing this, no, I'm doing this. And they just love playing this game. It's a hit every single time, and it's just a fun one. The next one I only recommend if your students are used to it. Like they've played it several times, they know the different rules. Otherwise, you need more than 5 minutes for that, and that is Captain's Coming. It's basically just that glorified gym game that everyone does where it says like 4-man eating, and you're in a circle with 4 people, and if you don't get enough people, you get out. Only I added rhythms to it. So depending on what rhythm you want to use, it'll have like Captain's Coming and they have to be here, and then, salute. And then they read a couple rhythms, and then I'll say something like man overboard, and they have to have 2 people holding hands and 1 person looking in between for the man overboard. And if they don't get to the right number of people within like 5 seconds, then they're out, right? So it's practicing rhythms, but also doing that. But like I said, they really need to know all of the different things in order to play this. Like my students have played this enough that they know it by now. I can just pop it on and we play it really quick. I did create this game with the rhythms and all. I have the whole entire lesson pack, rhythm pack for like whatever rhythm you need linked under this video. It is a hit with my students. They ask for it all of the time. And then last but not least, I have done this with K through 2 before, but honestly it works better with 3 through 5, is the Sasha folk dance. It's a scattered folk dance. I use this every year at the start of the year with my students, so they know it so well by the time they get through 3rd through 5th grade. And it's literally from the New England Dance Masters, so I will try to link the link to the song underneath here. But all they do is they have a partner, and they go Sasha, Sasha, raz, va, tre, clap, right, left, right, both, knees, left, right, both, knees, da, 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 hey, elbow, turn, da, hey, and then they say goodbye, they go find a new partner within 32 counts, and they do it all over again. So it's a scattered folk dance. They're getting to meet a lot of different people and do it. And they have so much fun with this dance. Maybe eventually they get tired of it, but it's super easy to just pop on and say, hey, we're gonna do Sasha. I get them moving and grooving before the end of class. I love this one so much. All right, I have 3 left, and these can be used for all K through 5. They are a hit at each one. The first one is 4 corners. You can use it for rhythms, you can use it for solfege, you can use it for loud and soft, fast and slow, whatever you need it to. There is a person on TPT that has already made all of these for you, so I will link to them because I use them religiously. And so let's say you're using the rhythm one, you have 4 corners in your classroom, they have 10 seconds with the timer to get into a corner. You press the slide, it plays one of the 4 rhythms. If they're in that corner, they are out. And then I have further made the rule that they can no longer go to that corner for that next round. So if corner 1 just got out, then I say, for this round, no corner 1. And if they go to corner 1 anyway, they're out. Because those are those students that'll just trail and follow and then never get out. So that's how I negate that. I ask for this all the time, because who wouldn't want to be able to run around from room to room? All right, the next one, I got the inspo from, I think, Lena Crafter, music teacher, but at least I think I did. I actually can't remember who I got this from. I'll find the Instagram link underneath here. But it's basically just setting rhythm flashcards to music. I'll link my set of rhythm flashcards underneath here. But let's say I use the song September. I'll pop up a couple of patterns and I'll read them back and forth to them. So I'll be like, ta, ta, ti, ti, ta, 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 ti, ti, 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 ta, and back and forth. And then we'll have a dance break for like the chorus. They get to dance however they want. And then we get back to rhythm reading, dance break, rhythm reading, dance break. And it just mixes things up, but also lets them review rhythms. You can do this for so many songs throughout the year, especially if you're reviewing rhythms. It is a hit and it's super fast depending on the song that you choose. And last but not least is one that I got from Becca's music room. I will link to hers underneath. My kids forever ask for this game. Is Asteroid. If you don't know what it is by now, basically you put some rhythms up on the screen. They have to move it in their feet. So if you have ta, ta, ti, ti, ta, then they're going step, 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 right? Ti-ti-ta, 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 ti-ti-ta. And then when a sign goes up for Asteroid, they have to race back to their dots, and if they're the last one there, they've been wiped out by the asteroid and they have to sit out. Elimination game style. My students eat this up. They ask for this game all the flippy flopping time. They just love it so much, and it is a hit in every grade level. Like, even my 6th graders still ask for it, and I don't have them anymore. Like, they have theater, but I'm in their classroom, like, at my office desk while they have theater, and they come up to me and say, hey, like, you should tell her to, like, play that Asteroid game. And I'm like, that is literally a music game, and you're in theater. We cannot do this right now. So that's how much my students love it. All right, friends, and those are fun, easy games that you can do in 5 minutes or less in your classroom with grades K through 2 and 3 through 5 and K through 5 as a whole. If you got to the end of this video, let's put a planet or space emoji of some type, the moon, the sun, the stars, something to like signify for Asteroid. Let me know if you use any of these activities in the comments down below, or even better, give me a 5 minute or less activity that you do in your classroom so that we can all learn from one another, because I am not the master here. I also learn from so many people. As you saw, I'm heavily influenced by many amazing music educators out there. And with that, my friends, I will see you in a video very soon. Bye!